Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Long time no see. Um, Lots been going on the last couple weeks. Kash Patel is now the head of the FBI. RFK, Tulsi, they all got put through. So now, um, recent developments. Trump is finally trying to get the peace with Russia and Ukraine. That Zelensky fella, he's kind of being well, he's useless, but like he's just trying to be even more of a pain in the butt, and hopefully we can get that taken care of, and maybe people in Europe won't be paying 500% what they were a couple of years before this started for energy prices. I'm sure that's taken a hit on those guys. Um, Doge is still making everybody mad. Big balls. That guy that Elon hired. He's giving everybody in the on the left. They're having heart attacks. They're searching defense attorneys. Everybody's moving out of DC. So hopefully that'll help the situation going forward. I heard they're going to go and look to see maybe doing an audit on Fort Knox, where they haven't looked physically at the gold since 1974. That's a long time. It's been half a century. Maybe we can find out what happened to everybody's gold. Um, we've seen a lot of waste, government waste, in less than 5% of what they've gone through. They've already found trillions of dollars. They've shut down a lot of useless stuff that doesn't do anything. In my last video, we kind of talked about a little bit, specifically about USAID. Um, you had the uh, executive order that Trump put through saying that there's only two genders, no more pronouns, men and women's sports is not cool. Um, Hopefully now we can find even more money. They're talking about Doge issuing a dividend check. They said 5 grand. It should be way more than that. They've only gone through 5%. I mean, I remember my grandpa. This is a long time ago, like 2001. He said when our federal government bailed out corporations that were too big to fail, they could have given every man, woman, and child like $2 million, and it still would have been less than the amount of money they gave to a handful of corporations to make sure that they didn't go bankrupt. And nobody wants to talk about it. Do you remember Donald Rumsfeld the day before 9/11 was on NBC News and all the major news networks saying the Pentagon is missing $2.3 trillion dollars? And you want to know what's interesting about that number? The Iraq War and the Afghanistan War cost about $2.3 trillion dollars initially. It ended up costing about $1 billion a month. And we did that war for 20. I mean, both those wars went on for a decade, and Afghanistan was almost 20 years. You just think about how much waste. You could have fed every man, woman, and child for free for like 10 years instead of going into Afghanistan. I guess the opium, poppy fields, and the lithium and all the other rare materials that they found made it worthwhile for them. Meanwhile, back here in the US, we had more overdose deaths since the year 2000. It's in the millions of people that have overdosed and died. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's the biggest epidemic that nobody wants to even talk about because everybody is affected by it. You know somebody who got hooked on painkillers, who they had a back surgery or whatever it was, and then it got too expensive. And then what happened to them? You know what I mean? Like, it's affected so many people, and nobody wants to talk about it. That's fine. Okay. But I mean, don't act like it didn't happen. It hasn't, it's not still happening right now. You know, I really hope that my buddy, my homie Kash Patel is going to release the Epstein list. We're going to find out who these sick pedos are in our government that have been calling the shots, and not prosecuting the human trafficking, the slavery that still goes on to this day. Um, won't hold my breath, but I think we're, generally speaking here, I think we're headed in a better course, as they say. Being under maritime law. Um, we got better deals with Mexico and Canada. Um, basically, hopefully nullifying the NAFTA free trade agreement by my Billy Boy Clinton. I did a video about that. Should go watch it. You think about, there was a movie based on Barry Seal, and he was portrayed in a movie, I can't remember what it's called, by Tom Cruise, and he started drug running for the Colombian cartel, and what the heck is his name? I can never remember his name. He's an evil man, one of the richest guys. God, what is wrong with me today? I can't even think. Pablo Escobar, obviously. I mean, sorry. Um, but you just think about the Vietnam War, Afghanistan War. We went there for the drugs and the drug trade, and the CIA with the mafia has been running drugs since minimum World War II. And I mean, we had the DARE program when I was in Just Say No. Um, we got rid of, the government cut the spending for mentally ill people and basically shutting down mental hospitals or asylums, whatever you want to call them. And you know, we spend 25 times more than we're taking in, and this has been going on for 100 plus years. I just don't understand how a person that is publicly elected cannot balance a checkbook, right? And hopefully, this is what Doge is going to be going into. Maybe taking in more than you spend for a few years, right? Because I just remember in 1997, Bill Clinton balanced the budget for like a quarter of a nanosecond, and that was 1997. And by 2024, we are now $36 trillion in debt and counting. I don't know how our politicians aren't in jail. They should have a reality TV show of all these people that rob taxpayer money, and we should, give them. I mean, I wouldn't want to give them any publicity, but like, these people should be in jail. They're criminals. You come in making 150 grand, and in less than 6 years, you accumulate 10, 20, $100 million. You, that can't, the math is not going to math there, okay? And so I just want to see. I know that Lady Justice has a blindfold, okay, but I would just like to see actual criminals put in jail for committing crimes, stealing our money, and spending it on God knows what, right? And hopefully, like I said, I know it's not a perfect world. I get it. But I think we're taking a better course of action than we've been my entire lifetime, 40 years that I've been paying attention, kind of. And, maybe one day we'll get the Diddy list, we'll get the P. Diddy list, we'll find out who, uh, you know, is good and who's not. Hopefully it'll be like Christmas for me when we find out who is on the naughty list and who is on the nice list. So, anyway, sorry about my long absence. But if you made it this far in the video, please hit that like button. Maybe subscribe if I caught your interest. And we'll see you on the next one, ladies and gentlemen. You have a great day. Peace.